Yo, what is up guys? Kohz back here. Happy New Year's to all of you. How's 2017 for you guys? It was a wonderful year for me and I hope 2018 would be even better. Let's jump right into this shit. Today I present you guys my top for this winter season. I know, I could have gone this out earlier, but I was on vacation, you know, my apologies. Sorry. As all of my previous tops, the ranks I arranged these in don't mean jack shit, yo. It's all based from my expectations, speculations, and I guess hype. Winter is packed with amazing good shit that you definitely can't miss. Wow, what a great start for 2018. And over the next couple of months, we will be spoiled with a load of season fucking 3s. Let's get this started. Slowstart Enemy by A1 Pictures. The story will focus on a girl named Hana Ichinose, a 16-year-old high school student. But there is something off about her. She's a psychotic serial murderer. Just kidding. Too much doki doki for me. The truth is, she enrolls into high school, wait for it, a year late. Wow, what a plot twist. Because of this, Hana will have to work hard in order to compete and keep up. Wow, that was probably one of the most boringest synopses I've read. There is really nothing going on. You can just say it's probably because it's a slow start. Pretty good, right? You know the story is be right back. Let me go find my gun. Another show this season for those who just want to turn off their brain and just watch a nice comfy slice of life about high school girls. Like who wouldn't, right? Please don't label me as a pedophile, please. The art style is quite nice too. I love that cutesy type of look. No fucking homo. The anime began airing on January 7th. Death March Kara Hajimeru Isekai Kyoso Kyoku. Animated by Silverlink. The story follows a 29-year-old programmer who was on a death march, as in he's at the brink of destruction in terms of his profession. However, one day he wakes up in another world after a nap, and from that point on, his harmonic adventure begins in another world. Another isekai. I'm not really surprised at all. Is this like the fucking third one so far we have this season? It's a harem too? Yeah, it's your typical isekai. This might end up being shit just by the looks of it. I can just smell the shit. It's fucking delicious. Just kidding. I'm not expecting much from this. Only thing I can see coming from this is probably memes. The harmonic adventure begins on January 11th. Citrus, anime by I don't know, Passioni or Mamma Mia, Pepperoni? The story follows a high school girl by the name of Yuzuko Aihara. Her life suddenly takes a turn as her mother remarries, which resulted in her transferring to a prestigious all-girls school. Her educational life is about to get fucked, as in it's gonna get tough. At this new school, she encounters new faces and enemies. More specifically, she becomes foe with the student council president. Meh. As in, meh. She don't look that good. And to her surprise, Yuzuko returns home and discovers, wait for it, Mei is her new stepsister. And something unexpected happens. Mei kisses her out of fucking nowhere. Huh? What does she mean by this? Aw shit, another Yuri series this season. A pretty solid one too, I should say. This is my shit right here. I read a bit of the manga and I will confirm to tell you, guys, it's marvelous and absolutely, it's shit. It's complete shit. But you know me, I love shitty adaptations and series. It's in my fucking DNA. The Yuri Fest began on January 6th. Marhen Mintin. Sorry for my bad German. Translated, Fairy Tale Girls. Anime by Hoods Entertainment. When two girls encounter one another, magic happens. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Oh, give me that! Fucking hell, I need some help. Kazuki Kagimura is a girl who loves stories and is very creative. Since she isn't in good terms with her new family, she escapes into her wonderland, which is books and stories. One eventful day, as Kazuki is exploring in her school library, she somehow gets lost among the book aisles, thus mysteriously transporting into another world. She also ends up attending a magic school where girls are chosen by the magical text from which a world story is born. Kazuki then discovers that she is chosen by the book Cinderella. And this begins her story as becoming a magician. I guess you can call it a Mao Sojo. Wow, this does sound quite compelling. Another take on the isekai, but takes its own unique approach to it. I like the concept and wonder what this will lead to. This also gives me that vibe of Chronicles of Narnia. I bet some of the inspirations came from it too. It's probably just me. Art looks mediocre, but I'm expecting a pretty solid plot. The magical story begins on January 11th. Killing Bites, anime by Linden Films. Society has finally engineered a human-animal hybrid, and because of this, large business has sought us a way to make profit. They set up battle arenas for these human hybrids. The story follows a college student named Nomoto Yuya. One day, his bud asks if he wants to go pick up some chicks and have some sexy time. Ignore the second part. That's not true. It's just me being a fucking retard as always. Nomoto accepts his invitation, but discovers that it is more of a kidnapping situation. They eventually successfully kidnap one girl, which is to their surprise, an animal-human hybrid named Hitomi. She's a honey badger hybrid and is labeled as one of the most fearless animals. I really don't see the potential in this. The funny part is that it's labeled as a horror, but it really looks like it's gonna be a comedy. Same with Osama game. God, I was hoping for it to pick up, but it never did. A total letdown and a disappointment. The horror aspects turns into a fucking comedy. It was also probably because I'm just too desensitized to all this gory ass shit. I hardly phase out when I see some fucked up shit. Let's just hope this is more than it looks. I actually want some serious plot going on. I also see this label as an ecchi, which is quite up my avenue, and now have a reason to check it out. But at the same time, this might be its downfall. The anime airs on January 13th. Cardcaptor Sakura, anime by Madhouse. Sakura is back after how long? No, not 10. 20? Oh shit, I'm getting fucking old. I remember watching this on Toonami back in elementary with my sisters. I somewhat enjoyed it, probably because I thought it was a cartoon. So, Sakura is now 14 and is entering her junior high school life along with her friends. After having a dream of a mysterious figure, all of her cards turn blank and loses their powers. This then begins a new adventure for Sakura. I was hoping for a remake though. Nonetheless, a sequel is fine. I wonder if I will still enjoy it. There might be a chance where I just won't. Hopefully the power of nostalgia can cure that. Sakura begins her new adventure on January 6th. Koi wa Ame Agari no Yoni, anime by Wood Studio. The story will follow a girl named Akira Tachibana. She was a soft-spoken girl who was on the track and field team, but after an injury, she lost her spunk. She then proceeds to work at a family restaurant, and there, she finds herself falling in love with her manager, a 45-year-old dude. That sounds quite weird and wrong in terms of relationship-wise. I personally believe there shouldn't be a large margin of an age gap in a relationship. I'm gonna assume she's 17? So it's 17 to 45. Huh? What? That's incomprehensible. Well, to me. Ranting aside, Wit is at it again with another serious real-life scenario. The previous one, Hal, which is a film they made back in 2012 I think. If you haven't checked that out yet, I advise you guys to do so. It's a beautiful film and shows the skills of Wit Studio. A weird story, but it might be beautiful, and I will watch this with an open mind for sure. It looks marvelous and gorgeous too, I'll give it that. Let's see how this love story will unfold on January 11th. Darling in the France, anime by Studio Trigger. Shit, took them long enough to re-enter the competition with a new original entry. The story is set in a distant future. The land is in ruins and humanity has created a mobile city called Plantation. Adults and children live within the confined city with no knowledge of the outside world. I smell a quite similarity to something. Jeez, I just can't manage to pinpoint what it is. Can you guys? The enemies in this world are mysterious giant life forms called Kyoryu. Am I going mad? I just can't simply recall what this is referring to. Can someone please help me here? What does Trigger mean by this? Just kidding. You have Quality of Code, Evangelion, and of course, Attack on Tit Ants. The children in this world pilot robots called Frans to combat against these creatures. These mechs they pilot symbolizes their existence and mankind. Okay, memeing aside, this really triggers my autism, I'm sorry. Yes, this is pretty much kind of copying the formula of some of the previous series these past years. Or maybe just taking bits by bits with a little tweak here and there. I love the mech concept the most though. Overall, it seems intriguing in some aspects. We'll watch this with an open mind. The art is also nice. I just love the style that Studio Trigger uses. You know, Kill la Kill, Kiss Navers, Little Witch Academia, and of course, Gurren fucking Lagann. Glory to mankind. The anime airs on January 13th. Beatless, anime by Dio Media. With the coming of an ultra-advanced AI humanoid, humans are not able to fathom the existence of these beings because of their far advanced technology and architecture. One of our main lead in the series is one of these humanoid, named Lassia. She carries a black coffin-shaped device. The usage of this equipment is unknown, and enters the true main lead, a boy named Arato Endo. One fateful day, he encounters Lassia. For what reason were these advanced artificial beings created for? Can they coexist with humans? Quite a good start by the synopsis. I love the cyberpunkish stuff and the concept of androids. The art looks really familiar to something. What is it? Oh yeah, Guilty Crown. It looks quite spot on, and I think this is another reason why I would check this out, because I love Guilty Crown. The anime begins airing on January 13th. Overlord Season 2, anime by Studio Madhouse. Huh? A Season 2 by Madhouse? Am I dreaming? The second season to the series. Since it's the second season, I don't want to talk much about this shit. If you haven't checked out the series yet, I highly recommend you guys go watch it if you want to pick up the second season. This is one of the big contenders for anime of the season. It also has a huge fan base surrounding it. The second season begins airing on January 9th. Ito Junji Collections, anime by Studio Dean. A series that will tell stories from a collection of the illustrations of a Japanese artist named Junji Ito. Something unexpected and really quite alluring with its uniqueness. A genre that is still not yet explored in the world of anime, horror. Some tried, but they don't feel like anything. Most are short and poorly adapted. For instance, Yamishibai. Those are 4-minute horror stories. Quite spooky though. Check it out if you're interested. I believe this will take the cake and will definitely deliver. Now, it's just up to the anime studio to incorporate and bring the artist's work to life. It's gonna be full-fledged episodes and I have high hopes for this. I literally want to shit and piss myself. Based on the preview, I am sold and looks quite promising. Please, Dean, don't fuck this up. The horror begins on January 5th. Fate Extra Last Encore, anime by Shaft. After about how many years? 7 years now? Finally. I was expecting this along with Apocrypha since that Fate event back in like 2016 or early 2017. The series is based on a PSP game that came out in 2010 in Japan and 2011 internationally. The story will set place in the year 2030. The universe will be shared with the FSN universe, but up to a certain point in the lore. The world is now sucked dry of its mana. The entire series will center around a school called Tsukimihara Academy, a place that exists within a moon cell, a reality marble if you want a term you might be familiar with by now. Our main character, Hakuno Kishinami, wakes up in the academy with no memories of his past. He then finds himself dragged into a war to which he has no knowledge of but its prize, which is of course, as we all know as of now, to have one's wish granted, the Holy Grail. Our protagonist must fight foes and friends to the death in order to achieve the Holy Grail, and also his lost memories. I played this game myself too. If you guys are interested, you can simply get the PSP emulator, PPSSPP, yeah, that's what it's called, and play it. The game is turn-based rock, paper, scissors. It's pretty straightforward. In a way, it will feel like Persona 3, that's just what I think. But it's quite difficult. You will definitely struggle in the beginning, but as you learn how to play the game becomes a breeze somewhat. It's still challenging and frustrating though. I'm happy that this is getting an adaptation and hope it adapts the game well. Knowing Shaft, I think they will do a decent job. It's quite a misfortune that Ufotable isn't the one animating it though. Was really hoping they would. Oh well. Hey, on the other hand, I'm glad they're being occupied with the Heaven's Feel trilogy. I doubt that any other studios would do any better job at it. The next Holy Grail War begins on January 28th. Violet Evergarden, anime by Kyoto Animation. Holy fuck! A series I've been dying to watch after its huge announcement back in May 20... I wasn't even talking to you! Sorry about that. May 2016. And in 2017 at Anime Expo, I was one of the lucky few to watch the premiere. It was confusing as fuck, but it got me craving for more. So, during a time of period on the continent of Telesis, a great war that raged on for 4 years had just finally ended. As a result of this war, the people of the land are welcoming new generations. The story follows a girl named Violet Evergarden. She was formerly known as the Weapon since she fought on the battlefield. Since the bloodshed has ended, Violet began a new life by working for the CH Postal Service. While working there, she begins to find interest in the ideas of auto memory dolls, whose jobs are to carry people's thoughts and convert them into words. pretty much a messenger or a recorder. That's just a really try-hard way to explain something so simple. I'm just laughing at how it's worded. Violet then begins her journey as an auto-memory doll and confronts people's thoughts and emotions of all shape and form. The entirety of this series is breathtaking. Just looking at the art and the style, KyoAni is literally shitting out everything in the arsenal with this one. Don't take that in a bad context. I just like saying the word shit. It's my favorite word. Plus, I'm shit. Full of shit. Huh? Sorry. I really hope the story is better than the way it looks. It would be a total letdown if this ends up just being a complete eye candy. Violet's story begins on January 10th. Devilman Crybaby, anime by Studio Saru. A series collaborated with Netflix. The story follows a boy named Akira Fudo. He one day learns from his friend Uro Asuka that the ancient race of demons have returned to claim the entire world for themselves. Uro then further suggests to Akira that in order to combat these demons, he must fuse with a demon. Thus, Akira becomes a Devilman and begins his battle with the ancient demons. Another great contender for anime of the season. Plus, it's being handled by Netflix, so you can expect production value to be quite high or better than average. It's also a remake of the original, which was almost 40 years ago. Wow, what a remaster. In addition, the staff are filled with some legendary names who have worked with many other great series in the past. I know some might look down upon this because of Netflix, which is something I don't quite understand. It's retarded to say the least. I also sense that this might be contender for anime of the year, a underdog, and I'm gonna call this out right now before I look like a complete bandwagoner. A masterpiece, I tell you. A masterpiece! Definitely something that we all should check out and evaluate when it's finished. If my predictions are wrong, just know I'm full of shit and a fucking retard. The series aired on January 5th. And there you go, guys, my top for this winter 2018. What do you guys think? Did I spark some interest in some of you guys? I hope I did, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this in the first place, right? In the end, I will watch half of this listed here. Winter doesn't look half that bad. Plus, I will be doing my first impression for them after like 3 to 4 episodes are out. That's just how I roll, dog. Now spring on the other hand, oh boy, this is looking dank as fuck. I believe spring and summer will be the time the season will shine the brightest. Trust me guys, I can see the future. I'm a fucking god. Again, I repeat, the order I put these in don't mean jack shit. It's all based on my opinions and taste. Sorry for my shit taste if you disliked it. I know I am shit. Sorry for going off too much in certain areas too and making this so fucking long. I just love voicing out my thoughts and opinions. I would kill myself if I spoke like a robot in my videos. Plus, it's always nice to hear personal inputs. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching. If you like or hate this shit, you know what you gotta do. If you want some good shit like this, sub, Kohz out.